Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 1 vs 1 on Fata Morga. Playing as the Tau Empire on the northern side, we have got Vrax, and playing as the Black Templars on the southern side, we have got Number6567. Number will be opening up with double Crusaders, a Tech Marine Artificer, and a Stronghold Barracks, whereas the Tau are going to go for double Stealth Suit Teams, a Tau Barracks, and a Plasma Generator. So here's a game of opposites. This match on Fat Morga today. We've got a long-range superiority of the Tau with their Fire Warriors and Tau Commanders and all that usual good stuff. And on the southern side of Black Templars, we've got the melee combat, smashy, give them a good old slashy with your chainsword with the Crusaders. And I believe you might go for possibly a Castellan. I imagine so, just because if you attach one to the Crusader squads, they do tend to run about a little bit quicker than normal, which will help them get into close combat range for beating these nerds up, which is quite useful. You're going to see a drone sentry turret in between, or in betwixt, if you want to be fancy, with these relics and these strategic points for defensive purposes, I assume. Fire Warrior is quite useful on this map, considering that you've got this long ridge here, so if any argy-bargy goes on around here, you are able to fire at them without having to worry about people running directly towards you. But we shall see if that has any kind of effect. You're going to see a Tau Commander as well. Always useful in the grand scheme of things. A Crusader Fire Support Squad, quite nice. Obviously, when these guys are running after everyone, these guys will be able to provide that firing support as and when is required. I do also believe, yeah, look at that. Number's still got his little logo going that we got from the Sunrise Parabellum. Definitely one of the good things that came out of that tournament with Jagus Art's wonderful artwork. Speaking of Jagus, where are you? Come back, my love. It's been so long since I've seen you upload a video for the good times. Vrax not really good at... Has Vrax forgotten his strategic point over here? Oh, that's going to really kick him in the backside, isn't it? Later on in the game. But I suppose he is focusing on trying to capture these and build stuff on these way before the Crusaders do come in. And the Crusaders are on their way. A flurry of blue, white and red on the way in. Tau Commander going up against the Fire Support Squad. Actually, the Fire Support Squad ain't going to do all that much. Will be good. Especially with the self-suit team, just like coming in and bonking him on the backside. Yeah, these guys are not going to be winning anytime soon. Not without any kind of support. Do have the Castellan joining the Initiates over here. But they've not gone for anything over here neither. Have you got beat up somehow? Yeah, you probably got beat up by the Fire Warriors, or at least a drone sentry turret. So on both sides, Vrax able to defend against the encroachment of the Black Templars. And this stealth suit, do for a doodad, not, as you can see, he's doing very little in the way of damage, but he's getting involved, gosh darn it. He's contributing for the greater good. Morale's been broken. Castellan chasing, or running towards his Tau Commander. Actually, even the Tau Commander managed to kill a whole bunch of models at 50 blue apiece. Fairly expensive, but Tau Commander also quite low on health at the moment, so got to be very careful with him. 2 models over here quite low on health. Soliciting person not upgraded at all, and the Fire Warriors are going to come in. See if they can get a few shots off. Might be able to get... No, never mind. One model managing to survive into close combat. Do remember that once the Black Templars have a dead partner near them, they have a chance of going a little bit mental, and you lose control of them for a little while. They get a little bit stronger. Wonderful snare trap going on there. Not slowing these guys down for whatever reason. But slowing these two down. So they will get zapped. Oh, another sentry, or snare, sorry. Snare trap going down, but not quite in the right position there. Stealth team still cracking on with it, as these guys decide to punch the listing post. Never mind your heavy bolters or your regular old bolters. We've got feet and hands we can slap you with. Another snare trap cracking off and getting these Crusaders down. Wonderful use of these, actually. Definitely being used to full effect. Allowing the Tau to get a few more shots of their plasma rifles off before getting snared up. These guys, they've... The command squad... Oh, does that mean... Are you in tier 2 already? Don't think you are. I was going to say. No, they're tier 1, aren't they? You can just only get one of them. Well, that command squad, you can basically they can turn their hand to anything that they want. They can get their missile launchers, they can get, I mean, heavy bolters, plasma guns, any kind of task that they are required to accomplish they can certainly do it. Triple Fire Warriors on the field. We'll all see this listing post being upgraded. This listing post over here going to get taken down. Yeah, absolutely crucial to get these listing posts upgraded, because while you're running around, those listing posts can be doing all the fiery shooty bang bang stuff. Tower Commander going to get some licks in. But there's just too many. Too many Crusaders being an absolute nuisance. I always say, fall back within the range of the sentry drones and the fiery bits. You should be alright. Tower now managing to stabilise a little bit, form a little bit of a firing line. But once they get to firing, the Crusaders do fall very quickly. Can they get the damage done in time there? They have already taken out 2 listing posts and decapped twice, so even if they don't get the killing blow here, they have certainly caused enough drama to give Vrax something to think about. Firing squad over here, probably not. The fire spot squad is probably not what you want to be focusing on, as those guys are not going to be tying up in close combat anytime soon. But snare being thrown down there. Crusaders really now don't have anywhere else to go. They've done enough damage. You've done what you need to. You can now just go home and sit on your laurels if you so wish. I mean, what the economy at the moment is 50 and 30 compared to 80 and 10. Actually, that's not a huge difference. That's not a huge difference, but then again, they have spent a lot of money on reinforcing their Crusader squads. And also, like always, I apologise, we won't be watching much from the Black Crusade, or Black Templars perspective, just because of the UI. It's just too much. There's too much of it. There's not enough free view on the screen, I'm afraid. But yeah, cool, nice one. So they've fallen back. What can they go for now? They've gone for their armory, so I imagine they're going to go for a couple of general health upgrades, maybe some heavy weapons and stuff. But in tier 2, what would they transition towards? I mean, they've already got a lot of infantry. So, I mean, Razorbacks are always good for the Black Templars. Never a bad shout. But generally, from what I've seen in the past, you maybe get a couple of Razorbacks for support, but you want to stick with your mainstay of close combat orientated melee units. You don't... What are you firing at, young man? What intentions do you have with that shrubbery over yonder? God, I love it when I remember to turn the graphics up in these 1v1s. It always looks so good. Go and get him! Fire at him! Oh, the screen of it shakes a little bit. That's very lovely. Firing line versus firing line. I mean, the town will win. There's no doubt about that. But we appreciate the effort all the same. But yeah, Razorbacks into more melee infantry. You don't normally see the Black Templars getting up into the late tiers. The tier 3s are, you know, not the best place for the Black Templar to be, especially in this matchup, considering that the tier 3 for the Tau is absolutely phenomenal with their crisis suits and good stuff. We'll see an advanced pulse rifle from the Path to Enlightenment, which means that the Fire Warriors will be even more deadly. I do believe that in the tournament that is to come, I've explained some bits of it last weekend, I do believe. Not last weekend, sorry, this game is coming out on a Monday. So a week ago, on Sunday and Saturday, yeah, I've explained the tournament a little bit, but I do believe that Tau is going to be quite a strong one, considering that a lot of the factions that they struggle with, like Deathcore, Krieg and stuff, they're not taking part in the tournament. But against Black Templar, once they've stabilised, it's not bad. And those little choke points being secured by the snare trap, the Tau, what, I mean, have they regained their economy? They're not too far beyond the economy now at the moment. Not too far at all. So after all that early game harassment and stuff, doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. We'll see a sneaky, stealthy droid moving a little bit far forward. Now, is that going to give them the vision necessary? Yes, it does, but the moment of the fire... Ah, dear. Yes, once, even if you're out of vision, if you start firing, you do get caught, so useful to know. I like it. Number is experimenting. Even mid-game, he's learning, he's adapting, he's overcoming. Well, I mean, he's not overcoming yet, but... Oh, but I like this. He's got some initiates, or some Crusaders hiding around the flanks. These guys have managed to set up a little bit before the tower could. Does take him a little while to set up, not nearly as much as a heavy bolter, I do believe. But we do have the snare trap already. Tower Commander now for missile launcher, so they've got that knockback, which will force these heavy bolters to re-set up every time they get knocked over. Sometimes staying off the Imperial Guard against things like heavy bolters and stuff like that. With their grenade launchers, that's one way to counter them. But the stealth suit team, they're providing that additional range, or that vision. In fact, are they? Hold on. Pressing all the wrong buttons here. Yes! Look at all that additional firing range that they're able to make use of once they have that. Crazy stuff. Command squad getting a few shots in there. Now we've got a Black Templar assault squad. Yeah, in fact, to be fair, maybe these are probably the idea to go for. Yes, okay, we'll have to wait a little bit longer than you general initiates and crusaders, yes, but in the long term, you should be better. Being slowed down by stuff, I don't feel like they, I think this, there we go. It's a bit of a delay going off there, but they'd catch up. Now jumping over and I mean, getting caught in another snare. Very unfortunate. Guys have also been targeted by the Pathfinder team. Tau needs to take these assault squads out ASAP. But while being supported with these heavy bolters, a lot of Tau death is on the incoming. Sadly, they've got nothing to fall back into. These listing posts have not been upgraded, but they have been rebuilt. But yeah, nothing for them to really sink their teeth into defensively. Barracuda is there, though, and the Barracuda can... Where is the Barracuda? Where have you built your vehicle stuff? Oh, way over in the corner, fair enough. The aircraft is also quite good against the Black Templar, considering that melee is rubbish against aircraft. No one's got arms long enough to swat a Barracuda out of the sky. With all these guys upgrading their weapons, or the heavy weapons, sorry, into anti-vehicles. Oh, look at that jump! Love jumping infantry. It's very satisfying to watch. But yes, as these guys have now got heavy bolters, they won't be ideal against the aircraft armour of the Barracuda. That being said, though, Tau vehicles are not known for having large amounts of health, and aircraft in general are not known for being very tanky. Well, that's a lot of Templar in the base. God, it's like the... Is it a Damocles Crusade? Is that what you call the... when the Imperium went against the Tau? Either way, spoiler alert, that is what our next tug of war is going to be. Once the tournament is over, going to be activating that trap card. Don't you worry about it. Tau Commander, he's back out. He died somewhere in that scrum. And Tau Barracks is going to be going down. And just there we go. Just one squad of assault Terminators, assault Black Templars. The game completely changes. There's not much that the Tau can really do in this situation. Might have been wise to throw in a squad of Kroot towards the end of the game, but then again, the Kroot do get bashed around quite easily, unless they dine on the flesh of many a mortal soul. The Barracudas, they're massing now. We've got two of them. Vehicle beacon down to almost half health. Barracudas can't really survive much ranged fire from them. There's not many fire warriors left, sadly. Not many fire warriors at all. And that's a lot of Templar to chunk their way through. Can they do it? Might need to get some F-cast builders over there. There we go, to keep this vehicle beacon in ship-shape of Bristol fashion. One does touch the base, but instantly wiped out. The Crusader Fire Support Squad, still high number. Another snare trap going down. What could be snaring these Black Templars there? And even, like, these guys, like, over here, like, causing these guys issues. But then the other, it's all one squad. How are they splitting their attention so much? Unit cohesion? Never heard of it. Never heard of it at all. While this is going on, Vrax has got the countdown for the critical locations there. So actually, these guys do need to leave at some point. And they need to capture at least one of these. Are they rebuilding this or recruiting anyone new? No, they're not. Oh, so they might actually... So they need to get rid of one of these squads at some point. Send them away to do some capping. Fire squad being recruited to full numbers. Double Barracuda still online. Aircast builder repairing them, as there is nowhere they can recruit anymore. One very brave stealth. So, oh no, there's three of them. Either way, still very brave for a Tau. Listing post has been upgraded for defensive reasons. Go on, shoot him, get him done. And now the... Oh, if they kill this unit, actually, that will then force more Black Templars to leave the base, so maybe this critical location countdown will be the saving grace for the... for the Tau here. Looks like as well how on the banner, you can still see the little chicken, or the rooster, for the Mad Clan. Very tasty stuff. It looks like they will be getting a decap, even if they are being shot by the Barracuda. So nice, these guys can stay. They can stay and play, baby. Isn't that nice? Got the blooming Thunderhawk coming down to pick up the dead and dying of the command squad. Awfully nice of them. Providing a small amount of fire support. Doesn't seem to be doing an incredible amount of damage. Managed to kill one model there. Every little helps, that's what they say. And the Black Templar just continuing to push on forward. Gonna see another vehicle beacon. Yeah, I imagine it's just gonna be more Barracudas. Can't see any other way of getting out of this. And actually, really quickly, there were a lot of Black Crusaders, and now there's not. One command squad and one Crusade fire support squad left. Yeah, I think the assault squad having to leave really did change the outcome of that. Always a good reminder to constantly go for those critical locations. You never know when that countdown can come into play. Got Machine Cult. Oh, we're going to go for some Rhinos, so no Razorback support. Just those Rhinos for quick repositioning. We go for a second. Are you going to go for a second one? No, going to go for Land Speeder. Get some crack missiles on those bad boys. Be good against the Barracudas. The Barracudas are also good against aircraft as well. So maybe a game of seeing who's got the air superiority here. Black Templar's been shot up. Not doing too much damage to him there. Just going to see another Tau barracks. Probably want to see that Tau commander coming back out. Current economies are 67 and 39 compared to 104 and 20. You see some anti-vehicle ammunition as well, so... Yep, those Barracudas' days are numbered. But Devilfish Troop Carrier, because these guys don't have any vision at the moment. Oh, they can get some from the listening post. But Tau can snipe them out fairly easily. Command Squad now going to go for a whole bunch of missile launchers. That will explode one Barracuda more or less straight away. But now that they've gone for the missile launchers, maybe the Fire Warrior teams are going to have a little bit more leeway in what they can and cannot do. Double aircraft build has been destroyed there. Not sure what their plan was. But Templar's going to jump straight in. Barracuda providing that retreating fire. But Landspeeder strolling on in with its Typhoon missile launchers. Now, can he get it down? No, not quite. Dies straight away. And actually, the stealth suit team's now going to go for their fusion blast as well. Good to be annihilating that Rhino transport. No problems at all. Devilfish Troop Carrier. Unseen, unheard of. Although now they've got vision. Who's seeing you? It's the Skull Probe over here. Gotta be careful with the Troop Carrier. Only 750 health, about one grenade. More or less kills it. So I'm going to go for some more Fire Warriors. They have lost. Yeah, they've only got one squad of stealth suits as their army on the battlefield at the moment. It's been a very uphill battle for Vrax this entire game. Has to be said. He's done a really good job in holding on. But it's not an ideal... I mean, I thought at the beginning of this game, maybe it was a fairly even matchup considering that range versus close combat. There's pros and cons for each of them. But it seems that even... Well, I mean, it's gone majority Fire Warriors. Not sure if crew would have changed much. I don't think it would have, to be honest. But it's been a very tough game. It's held out, baby. He's done his best. We go for another drone sentry turret over here. Yeah, maybe more static defense in the early games. I might have changed things. But I mean, we've still got plenty of the game to go. It's not looking very pretty for Vrax, but we've seen this kid come back from worse. One listing post goes down, further reducing that blue money income for the Tau. One squad of assault marines. The absolute bane. The anathema of a good time for the Tau. I'm going to jump straight in via the Rhino. Earthcast builders keeping these drone sentry turrets alive and well. Barracuda throwing down some missiles. But none of it seeming to have much of an effect on these Black Templars here. Now they're going to go for the tech. But one spare Barracuda, last of its kind. What can they do? Tower Commander, oh dear, managing to survive, or narrowly avoid being kitten-fisted by a whole bunch of Black Templars over here. We'll throw down a temporary snare trap in anticipation of the Black Templars that is to come. You've got no money, Vrax. Sadly, might be able to squeeze out one more thing from the vehicle beacon. Still in tier 2. In fact, no, you've gone backwards. Now back into tier 1. Not sure what you can build from the vehicle beacon when you're in tier 1. Or whether it just thinks, I'm alive, I'll build what I want. Who knows? But this does look like a resounding success for the Black Templar. I mean, are you building anything else? You're going to go for another Black Templar assault squad? Maybe even a cheeky tier 3, possibly. I mean, do you have the money for it? No, oh, you've been spending your money all this time. Even when in such a commanding position, still spending as much money as he can. Not allowing any kind of flirt to potentially screw him over. With this Barracuda going down. Oh no, is he going to go down? No, now he survives. FCAS builders looking to keep him in good fighting health. Only stealth suits left to defend the Empire. The melee stealth suits. You can't beat them, but they can't beat you neither. Like a mildly annoying wind. A mosquito that you can't quite slap. There we go. GG, well played, being thrown down all around. So cool, yeah, nice one. Quite an interesting game from both sides, from both perspectives. Wonderful play from both players. If you like the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you one extra game a week. And there's also a Discord where Discord things happen. The link's in the description as always. My name's been Mr. Lunchshark. Pleasure's always never chop, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.